This is Emmanuel Rich. Okay, I am live today. This is Friday. I have decided that every Friday I will try and be coming live. This will help me to connect with a lot of my subscribers and those that are yet to subscribe but they are following my videos, especially the application videos that I've done, the data flow, professional classification, new qualification study, professional registration, and other things related to Saudi job application process or licensure process. Okay, so today I'll be waiting for people to join me to be able to ask me questions. Okay, so I won't be just talking about these processes. What I normally do is to allow people to come in, okay, and ask questions about this process. So while answering those questions, I will make more revelations about what the process is all about, and through that, I will also answer a lot of other questions people might have. Okay, so today, while waiting for people, I want to talk about something. And what I want to talk about is the reality of Saudi Arabia. So, hold on, before I start, let me write something. Okay, so I've written write a question here. All right. Okay, so I'll be talking about the realities you're gonna face after you've entered. Now, these realities is not, I'm not even talking about maybe the cultural aspect of it. I'm not talking about financial aspect. I'm not talking about, okay, it's kind of related to emotional somehow, but it's more focused about the future. So after you've entered, you've done all the processes, you've gotten your license, you've actually gotten your job, you are now inside the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So what are the things people normally feel? How do people feel? Does this actually happen to everybody? Okay, so I will start with how do people feel? Okay, first, after you've acquired your license, you've gotten your job contract, and you are inside the kingdom, one of the things, the first 3 months to 6 months to 1 year, you'll be happy, you will feel relaxed because you've left your usual comfort zone, your usual your country. Now your financial realities is kind of better in a way. Yeah, it's better. So you'll be able to maybe solve little financial problems that you had initially before coming. You'll be able to help your family in little ways, not big ways, in little ways. So you'll be happy financially because your financial reality must have changed that first few months to a year that you are here. So one of the things that will happen is that the financial reality will change. You become a little happy or better than you were. Now, as time progresses, by the second year, this joy, this happiness will start diminishing gradually. Why? It's because at that second year, you're now thinking about what is the future? What's my next step? Is this what I will be doing for the rest of my life? So at this point, you'll be thinking about where am I going to go next? How is my career going to be? Will I keep doing this same thing in this same place for how long? So you start asking yourself a lot of questions and be thinking about what are the next place you will need to go. Am I going to stay here for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years? After this number of years, when will be the best time for me to leave? And if I'm leaving, where am I going to? Am I going to go back to my country? Or am I going to stay? Am I going to move to another country? Okay. So these many questions you're going to be asked. Oh, how are you today? I am fine. Delulu, how are you? YouTube Sultan Man. Hello, YouTube Sultan Man. I don't know if you're here. Oh, Shusito Edits. Shusito, how are you doing? Hope you are good. Okay, so yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Subscribe, like, and Shusito Edit. Yeah, I'm alive today. Eddie Mean, are you alive? I'm alive. I'm strong. I'm healthy. Okay. So I am discussing about the realities of Saudi Arabia, especially for professionals or people that enter the country to work. So what do they feel? What are their realities? What are their experiences? So these experiences, happy 2026. How is your year going? I hope everything is moving well. It's 2026, but you're wishing me 2016. It is 2026. I know it's a typo. Okay, let me be showing my background while I keep talking. So now, when people enter the kingdom, like I was saying, the first year you'll be very happy. Not that you won't be happy the other years, but there are a lot of things that will make you think that you're not happy. But it will depress you if you worry so much about those things. And you should not actually worry about those things. Rather, you need to start making plans about them. So I was saying that one of the things that will keep you happy or excited the first year will be the change in your financial reality. a change in your financial status. Not that you automatically become rich or financially buoyant, that you can solve everything that has to do with money. No, the thing is, you you will be able to at least solve some basic things money can solve for you. You can help your family, the basic help you can. At least you'll be able to afford them, uh, maybe some monthly stipend that they can use to feed. You'll be able to pay your younger one's school fees. Okay, all those little things that usually get you worried when you are back home, that you weren't paid enough. You'll be able to solve those problems. Now, the first year you're gonna be very happy because those your financial situation has improved. So by the second year, the that excitement of being in a new place and the change of your financial status, it will start dwindling. You will start feeling the joy will start diminishing, and the because of now, not that anything changed, not that the people here uh, becomes wicked to you, or you are not happy about where you are. It just because by that second year you start thinking a lot of things, and it is usual, it is normal for most people that come in from other countries. Now, the reason is usually because at that second year, you are now thinking about your next plan. And this next plan can be, where am I going to go after staying here? How long will I stay in Saudi Arabia? Okay, how long, when should I start making plans? Which country am I going to go? What are my options to easily move to those countries? So a lot of things will start getting you worried. Okay, bye. See you next time. Thank you. All right. All right. So, um, like I was saying, so a lot of things gonna be disturbing your mind because you are now at the second year thinking about your future, your next step. Now, one of the things that happened at this time is that people start getting worried over things that are outside their control, and also things that are within their control. Okay, things that are outside their control, like the the situation of, okay, the country you go to, what are their immigration laws and all those things. You will start getting worried whether those things will change by the time you get ready. Okay, things within your control, how can I be able to save enough money to be able to move? So a lot of things, you'll be thinking about savings, you'll be thinking about countries, other countries, the ease of moving to those countries, their immigration laws and all those things. Now you also be thinking about, how long will I be able to work in Saudi Arabia? What will be my financial situation? Will it keep improving, or will I stay at this financial or level of this my salary? Will it stay at the same level? For how long will I stay here? Okay, other things you'll be thinking about, how will I be able to move professionally, improve my practice, improve my level of experience, my expertise. A lot of things you'll be thinking at that level, at that second year. So all these thoughts, everything will start making you to feel a little bit resented. There's a little resentment coming in at that point. All right, bye. There's a little resentment coming at that point. Now, the joy, the excitement of the first year will now change to little resentment. Other things that might cause this resentment will be because of the nature of the country. You know, your country, our country. Sometimes we came in from a rousy place. You know, you enter a country, everywhere is kind of calm, quiet. People live a different kind of life. So you've tried to accommodate, you've tried to adapt, you've tried to do a lot of things, but the adaptation, you can't really integrate that much. You just integrate within your work environment, but you find it difficult to integrate and absorb the cultural differences between the place you're coming from and the place you are in. And at a point, even those cultural differences, how people dress, you seem so different, the language difficulties, and a lot of things. It will make you to, it will kind of exacerbate the feelings, that resentment, the feelings of resentment you do have. So this is what happened by second year. By the third year, this resentment keep on increasing, because at this point, most people do feel they've failed. They are now failure. They are now failure. uh, at a point they will start thinking about, they've stayed so much. You know, they might have some people that came in and stayed just 2 years and left to a better country, maybe somewhere, Canada, Europe, Australia, you know, all those kind of other countries that people usually dream of going to. So when at the third year you start getting more worried that I've not put anything in place, I've not made I've not make any concrete plan to move. My savings is not good enough. I have not saved up to half of what I dreamt of saving. You know, a lot of things will start making you to feel resented. Ordinary broke guy. My what? My forehead is like what? It's like KSI. I don't know what you mean. Explain yourself. Ordinary broke guy. Gotcha. Yeah, Idris Said. You're welcome. How are you doing? Oh, KSI is a YouTuber. I don't know that. I don't know him. Shoes, shoes edit. I thought you've left. I was not aware you're still around. Okay, I will check him out. I will check the KSI out. Let me know if we actually resemble in terms of forehead. So Idris, how is your process going? Were you able to make progress? Oh, okay. I think I'll have to search him to know. Wow. Okay. 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 He has an impressive profile. I'll look for him and see if I can know it. I'm fine. Ordinary broke guy, I'm fine. How are you doing? Happy 2026. Choose Chusito. Chaisito. I don't know the pronunciation, but I've got to call you the way I see it here. Idris, how are you doing? What's the progress like? Ordinary broke guy, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm bouncing. How are you doing too? Oh, okay. I've seen the guy, KSI. I don't think we actually look like. I just came to Saudi and I'm determined for the exam, but still. Wow. What, were you able to get what they asked you to get? Were you able to? I think you were the one that had issues with I think the board, your council, that they asked to go to your council. I think is you Idris. So were you able to rectify that problem they asked you to rectify? Yeah, ordinary bro. Yeah, I've seen KSI, but I've seen him. I don't know if we are kind of maybe we.
Ladies and gentlemen, one question go.
Okay.
Let's go. The people ask me one question, I answer, go to the next person. Simple.
Maybe forehead. Maybe we look alike. Okay, the forehead. I think we look alike a bit. Okay. What other thing? Yeah, the forehead. I think you're right there. Maybe.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Maybe I've seen him. Yeah, I already saw the and okay. Let's say in the next 2 weeks they'll be able to resolve it. How long will you stay in Saudi? All right. Um. Okay, I should talk about the exam. There is nothing much to talk about. The exam usually. Okay. Um. How will I start? Okay. Normally, you know that the exam is a CBT exam, and it will be difficult if you fail to prepare well. And the preparation, if you really want to scale through the exam, you need to get hands to the past questions, because the exam revolves around certain types of questions. So if you be able to get those past questions and prepare well, not just focusing on the past questions, you also use the past questions to actually look to cover other areas. So, but the past questions will give you a glimpse of how the exams revolve, the type of questions they ask. And also, there is this thing they call blueprint. So, for your profession, if you're a medical doctor, a nurse, a pharmacist, an optometrist, a radiographer, there is a blueprint. This blueprint will give you a kind of a scheme, the areas of question, the areas of concentration, the places they ask questions from. So that will also help you to know the type of places or the areas you need to cover. And also, one of the things about this blueprint is that they will give you a kind of percentage where they ask more questions and where they ask lesser questions. But even with that blueprint, the best thing, if you be able to get past questions, especially the recent years past questions, if you can't get it, I think there are online vendors, people that sell it online. You can also get from there. If you can get some of your colleagues, you know, they can, especially those that wrote theirs within the past 1 year or so, they will be able to get you past questions. Most times you won't actually see the past questions. It's just people that went into the exam. When they came out, they were able to remember some of the things they were asked in the exam. So they will just write it down. From there, you'll be able to know the type of questions they ask. So past questions will really be okay. Optometry is wonderful. So there are groups. I think, I don't know if you're in any group, especially group of optometrists preparing for the exam currently. I don't know if you are in any group, but if you're not in that group, the group will help you. Maybe you can chat me later. I think I have access to some of the optometry group. I can connect you to people that will link you to that one. So that's what I can help you to do. So for optometrists, how the exam work. Let me just describe the exam for you briefly. Mustafa, hold on. I will come to you. Let me just I am in the group. Okay, all right. So let me just explain to you. The exam comes, I think, when I wrote, and I think it's still the same thing. For optometrists, the organization that holds the exam is Pearson VUE. It's not Prometric, it's Pearson VUE that organizes the exam. So, and Pearson VUE, they have centers in Nigeria that you can write. You can also write it here if you're able to get employment that can bring you before you write the exam. So, but if you're able to finish your classification, you can come in and write it. Okay. So the exam is usually 150 questions. These 150 questions, they are all MCQ, so multiple choice. The 150 question is divided into two. 75 question the first part, 75 question the second part. Now, the first part is usually kind of easy. So they ask most times the easier questions are those first parts. Then the second part comes with more difficult questions. So at that second part, you will see more questions that have this background explanation, like a clinical questions. They will bring kind of case history, story. Okay, a patient came into your clinic complaining of so, or a child was brought by the parent and they are complaining of so. So most times the second part of the question comes in with this type of questions, and that is where you need to be fast to make sure you beat the time. But the time is not usually the problem. You'll be able to finish the question, but where the time will be the problem, most times after answering the question, you need to go back again and check most of your questions. You'll be able to do this in part one. You'll be able to finish your questions and come back again and be able to answer, check all your questions. But part two, most times you won't be able to. By the time you are finishing, your time might have elapsed. So the time is, for that 150 question, the time is 1 hour, 3 hours. Okay, so each part, the 3 hours is now divided into two for each part. I think it is now about 1 hour 30 minutes for each of the parts. Okay, so 1 hour 30 minutes is 90 minutes for each part. So for that 3 hours, so it's kind of 150 questions for 180 minutes. Okay. What else? So in between the two sections, in between the part one and part two, you will have 15-minute break. So after you finish part one, then the system will shut down. You will have you have an option to go for 15-minute break. So it is your option. If you want to start the next question, if you want to start the next part immediately, you can click and start the next part. So for the exam also, they will provide a writing pad. It's a digital writing pad. All these things that children normally use after writing, you can press a button, it clears. So they'll provide something like that with the following pen. The pen comes with it, so you can use it to do your calculations and all those. And then for calculator, there will be a calculator on the screen that you can always go to You can go to that screen always whenever you have any question that has to do with calculation. Okay, and what else? So the 15 minutes is just an option. You can take 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you go back, or you can actually want to stay up to that 15 minutes. But when you want to write your exam, I don't think you even need that 15 minutes. So after the first time, you will just maybe go out, stretch your leg, come back, and start your next question. So that's how it works. Okay, Mustafa said, hello, Dr. Manuel, how are you doing? What happens if data flow result comes out as unable to verify? Will that affect the classification? Yeah, it will affect your classification. Unable to verify means that they were not able to verify the document, and most times this is caused by the organization, your issuing organization. That is, let's say it is your school. Maybe they were not able to verify your school certificate, your degree certificate. In this case, your school did not respond to data flow, so they will return it after all their attempts to get to your school, and your school was not able to respond to them. Or it can be for the experience certificate, after all the attempts by the data flow to get to your employer, but they were not actually responding. Or after all their attempts to get to your council or licensing body in your country, they were not able to respond to them. So the result usually comes as unable to verify. So you can't actually proceed to do your MUMARIS professional classification with a data flow result that did not come out as positive. So it will definitely affect your MUMARIS classification, because the Saudi Commission for Health Specialty, they depend on that your data flow verification to be able to actually determine that all your documents, the documents you're submitting to them, all of them is legitimate. So without that, if data flow cannot verify it, you cannot actually proceed. Yeah, they will always refer you back. So what you need to do is to know the particular document that data flow is unable to, or they are not able to verify. So when you get to data flow, talk to them to know. I think you'll be able to see it when you log into your data flow. You'll be able to see the particular document that is not able to verify. When you get to that place, when you see the document, go to the place, the issuing authority. If it's your school, you can find a way to contact your school and tell your school that you are actually trying to verify your document, but they are not responding to data flow. If it's your employer, try and get a means that data flow and your employer will be able to actually interact with each other, and they'll be able to verify your document. Then if it's your licensing body, the same thing. So you need to approach the issuer, the person that issued you that particular document that data flow was not able to verify. So at this point, you need to aid data flow to get to that people. That's how it works. So you can resolve that by going to the issuer. Okay, I also registered for new qualification study. Okay. So were you able to finish the new qualification study? Okay, yeah, Dr. Smart, if you have other questions, feel free to ask. All right, Mustafa, I hope this will help you. So just try and verify, just try and get that one solved. Once you get it solved, there's no issue again. So anytime, just look at your data flow profile. I believe data flow will also send you a message or email to pinpoint the actual document that was not able to be verified, because sometimes it could be just one document. So once you get to that document, try and appeal Then when you appeal the report, you now use that time to approach that particular. Okay, it's in progress. Okay, all right. So when you appeal that particular report, you now use that time to approach the issuer, the organization that issued that particular document. You'll be able to talk to them, tell them that so thing is happening. You are doing this particular application, and this company has sent them messages. They are not responding, so they'll be able to go to there, because some organizations, if they are not expecting such, the person handling the email might not be able to respond to data flow easily. Sometimes data flow email might go to the junk of the or spam. The email might just move to the spam, so they won't be able to see it and respond to them, no matter how data flow try to reach them. So sometimes they do call. They can call an organization also, because I could remember during my own time, the email I provided from my company then, or from my hospital then, the email I provided in the letterhead, they did not use the email. They felt that the email was just a Gmail. Okay, yeah, they used the email there, but they did not trust the email, because they usually trust a company mail or official email that has a domain name. So when you use Gmail or Yahoo Mail, they will only trust that email if the company has a website and that same email is also in that website, or somebody has already gone through that process with that same email of that company. So at that point, they'll be able to trust that email. So whenever you use Gmail, Yahoo Mail, sometimes after going through the normal process, they might want to call the company. They might want to go online and look for websites that has anything in common with the company, and get somebody there that will help them to verify that so person works with them, and all those kind of things. Okay. I noticed getting country is becoming kind of difficult. What could be? Okay, I love this your question. You know, actually, you are not wrong. You are very right. Is getting more difficult. Although I would still say that for optometrists, we still have good chances here, because a lot of people are still getting the contract, but it is getting harder. And the reason is actually a lot of people, when I came here or before I came, I got about 3 opportunities to come to Saudi. But at that point, 2019, 2020, 2021, all through that period, I was not really interested. I was looking elsewhere. So Saudi was not in my mind, although I still have that option. If everything didn't go well the other side, I will come in. So that time you will see a lot of contracts coming. You can just stay. You will see about 3 different contracts just presented to you. You are the one to now select which one do I want to go for. I've gotten a time that I had 3 contracts around 2019. I was not interested. I was giving kind of necessary excuses. My passport was not ready. This one. So just to wait the person off. By 2020, even when I came here, I still had about 2 contracts that I was running towards to get, but I later chose one. So then contract was coming, but people were not interested, because we had so much thing going into our mind. That time, UK was there easily to grab. Canada was running. A lot of other places, they were running. The immigration system then was still soft. So At a point, the Saudi PR, people still look at Saudi as one country that when you come into there, you will be suffering, you won't have freedom, you will be this and that. So all those things, it played in so many people's subconscious that what would be my fate if I come to Saudi? I've had so many stories, and most of the stories we do here, most times those stories are not the pleasant one. They are not that good type of stories. So it made people to really not consider Saudi then. And as time goes on, those that some of our senior colleagues, those that picked or get that, those that were courageous enough to enter, when they came in, after 2 years, they come back. We saw a lot of things they were doing. Their life became better. They were able to save better. They were able to move from Saudi to a better country. And we that rejected Saudi, we were still in Nigeria, struggling, trying to even get our life, know what we are going to do with our life. So at a point, the frustration was so much. The places we want to go to, we were not able to get it. Those that left for Saudi, they've gone to Saudi, they are back, they are far better than us. They are doing a lot of things that we can't even dream of doing them. So at that point, people started becoming more free, more open-minded. So a lot of people now lean towards Saudi. So more people started coming. So at this point, by 2024, 2025, a lot of people, we are now inclined towards coming to Saudi. So the competition becomes more and more open. So once you have a contract now, this is not the time that when a contract comes out, it will go through series of posts, series of groups. People will be begging who wants to come to Saudi. But now, once you bring out any contract, about 10 to 20 people, they are already waiting for it. They want to grab it. Now, what they are now looking for is a favorable one, the one that has better payment option and all those things that comes with the contract. So a lot of people are willing, and we even have a lot of people with Saudi license in Nigeria. So we have a lot of people with Saudi license in Nigeria, a lot of people with data flow in Nigeria. So even then, most people came in without even doing data flow. You just submit your CV, they will bring you in. And you will do your data flow in Saudi, do everything in Saudi. But it is not like that again. Now, if you have to come in, you must do your data flow first. Now do your professional classification, okay, before you can come in. But with just data flow, you can get contract, but you have to now do your professional classification before you come in. But you can now come in and write your exam here. It's not must you must write your exam here. So there are a lot of people now interested. So that makes it seem as if there are more. It's becoming more difficult. It is just that we now have a lot of people more interested to come in. The jobs are still coming out because a lot of opportunities are still springing up, but we now have more people interested in coming. That is just the problem here. It is not a problem. If you keep pushing, if you keep networking, you will surely get in one day, because as people are coming in, people are also leaving. So that's how, and other companies are also opening more branches. So this is how it works. Okay, a lot of questions. Doctor, where did you take your exam? Okay, my exam was in Saudi. I came in, then I prepared my exam here. I wrote it here in Saudi. Dr. Said. Okay, Mustafa says, one more thing, doctor. Is 1 year work experience or internship mandatory for fresh pharmacy graduates and nurses? Yeah, internship is actually part of your training. Without the internship, especially if you're asked to do a new qualification study, your internship is very important. And most times you won't count that internship as an experience. You will count it as part of your training. Yeah, internship is part of your training. Is a supervised training, so they won't count it as experience. But after internship, for Nigerians, if you're a Nigerian, Mustafa, there's what we call national service, NYSC. So that is 1 year after your internship. That is now your experience, because then you can practice unsupervised. You can mount a pharmacy establishment unsupervised, because at that point you have already acquired your full license. Okay, now you can practice as a full pharmacist. Yeah. So your internship is part of your training, because they count it as after your 5 or 6 years of university training, you have extra 1 year, the 7th year, that you have to do a supervised training, which we call the internship. So that supervised training for new qualification study, you have to provide a certificate of internship. Now, for the other parts, your 1 year experience is okay. It will count towards your experience. So it's okay. So, but internship, you won't really count it as part of your experience. You count it as part of your what's it called, your training. Some people still run it somehow, but if you had to go through new qualification study to avoid complicating things, your internship is separate. Is a training that is part of your training. Then your experience is now when you are practicing fully. So that's the difference between the two. Okay, UK Delish, you're welcome. How are you doing? So what's other questions? I think I have answered so many questions. 47 minutes. I've not really spent time here. I thought I have taken much time, but okay. So while I wait for other questions, let me go back to what I was explaining about the realities of Saudi Arabia after you are here. So I said the first month you will feel so happy. If from the first month to the first year, you will feel okay, happy, excited, and the reason is usually because there's a lot of things that changed in your life. One of it is, and the most important one is, your financial reality. At this point, you'll be able to solve some of the basic financial needs that you usually struggle with. And at this point, you can comfortably, in a way, help your family, help your siblings. You won't have so much money. You won't just be extremely rich overnight, but some of those basic things you struggle with, most of it will reduce, because at this point, you'll be able to solve some of your basic financial needs. I keep on saying basic one because you still have a lot of financial needs. You can't actually finish solving your financial needs. So I'll keep it at the basic one. So at that point, you'll be able to solve a lot of your basic financial needs. So this will make you happy, to make you excited. Everything is going well. You'll be so happy you are in Saudi Arabia. You'll be just so happy. You'll be enjoying the ambience of the city and everything, just like I am doing now. So you just enjoy the ambience. Everything is going well. The people, especially the indigenes, the citizens. So by the second year, resentment we start creeping in, not because the country is bad, the country is wonderful, but at this point, you will start thinking about other things. Now, what are you thinking? You'll be thinking about your next step, your future. How long do you want to stay here? Okay, PS Life says how to find senior registrar job, urology, as I passed my prometric exam. The easiest way to get your job is actually to approach some of these agencies. There are a lot of agencies that are recruiting specialists. So you can search for them on Instagram. There's a lot of them. You can search for them with just from even your just normal Google search can link you up to them. So you can approach them, you can email them, you can apply to them directly. Some of them might have openings elsewhere, but I don't usually recommend, personally, I don't recommend any agency to anybody. So I advise people to do their own research, approach them, do the application. But while working with anyone, just be careful. Don't pay anybody any money, any huge amount of money. I don't subscribe to that. Don't commit your money to any agency. So most of the agency will not ask you to pay them money. So maybe you will have to pay them maybe after you are here, if they are private ones. But some of the agencies that work directly with hospitals will not ask you to pay them. Sometimes the hospitals, they have a way they do the thing at the background. Okay, but the easiest way you'll be able to do this is working with agencies. You need to find a way to get a lot of agencies within the country, within that operate within Saudi Arabia. You can search for them through your Google. You can go to Instagram. You can use your LinkedIn. So through there, you can apply to them directly. Then they will link you up. Some of the hospitals here, some of them, the big ones that have websites, sometimes they have sections where you can apply directly to them. But most times they prefer agents, they prefer recruiters that are registered to handle that for them and bring the professional to them. So if you can link up with any of these agencies, there are a lot of them, but some of them they don't usually last long. Some after a certain period of years, they will lose their license or they will start operating. So you will look out for those that are currently recruiting, or they are still very active within this within the GCC countries, especially if you are targeting Saudi Arabia. So you also look at if they are still active in Saudi Arabia, so you can work with them directly. So this is the most times this is the ways you can actually get to get job. There is one I saw. I don't know how I can get you to look out for that. Let me see if I can see that here so that you can also apply to them. Just hold on. Dr. Tibat. Okay. 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 I don't know if you can actually, this guy, someone posted something recently. Okay. I want to show you something. Are you still here? PS Live. Are you still here? I want to show you an example of what I am. Okay, yeah. I still. Um. Hello. Okay, please say something if you are still listening to me. I want to show you something and how you can get some of this. Okay, all right. Now, this is an example of how some of these recruiters. This is one of Nigerian doctor here. Sometimes some of these recruiters, like this is hospital, they are recruiting, and they will work with. Sometimes they will do with agencies. Sometimes they'll do work on their own. So most times they do this type of adverts, and this is the QR code. I don't know if you can scan it here, but if you can screenshot and scan it later, I will show you the search for this guy, Dr. Tabat Steak. So when you search for him, go to his post. This is YouTube. Go to his post. You will see this, and also this is the second part. Screenshot this and try and apply. Try and apply. So most of Saudi agencies, sometimes they do this type of adverts because they work closely with most of these hospitals. So this is kind of things you'll be looking for online, Instagram, sometimes Telegram. So it will help you to actually just be looking out for some of these type of adverts. So you can apply directly to the hospital or to the agencies. They will now be the ones to conduct the screening and interview. At the end of the day, if you go through, then they will bring you in. So I hope this helped. So look for Dr. Tabat. He's a Nigerian doctor. He stayed here in Saudi Arabia for three years or four before he moved to Australia. But he still sometimes makes Saudi content, and yeah. So his content will also help you a lot, and you can also contact him directly and ask him some certain questions. I believe he will be able to help you also. Okay, I hope this helps. All right, so I hope that helps. So you can talk to him, and that is the nature of how you can actually get some of this type of work. Most times they post it on those media. So you look for active recruiters, you work with them, you apply to them, you email them. Yeah. So, all right. Okay, so where did I stop? I was okay. So I was saying by the second year, resentment will start coming in. Your joy seems diminishing, and you won't feel so much excited, even though you are still excited. But because you are now being overwhelmed by a lot of other thoughts, you will feel as if you are getting depressed a little. But why is it happening? It's just because we think so much, and sometimes we look at what our future will be, How am I going to progress professionally? What are my options moving out of Saudi and going to other places? Especially if you have in mind of becoming, having or holding other countries' passport, or becoming a citizen of another country, or having, PR status of other countries. So you start thinking a lot of things. How do I move? So that's when you start thinking a lot of things start coming to your mind. The resentment will start happening. All those joy you felt the first year will keep on diminishing. By the third year, you start getting more worried. You start thinking about your age. You are aging, and because you are aging, a lot of opportunities are now moving. Is not going towards your way. Okay, you start losing a lot of opportunities that comes with age. But financially, you are still stable. You still be able to solve some of your need. At that point, the money might not really be the problem. It can still be the problem, because the first year, you've used your first year to solve a lot of problems, except those that are coming from a background that already you have a very stable background. All your siblings are okay. If you are not among the top, or the firstborn, if you are the last, and all your seniors are doing okay, so you are the last, you might not have issue. From the onset, you might start saving, and everything might work so well with you. So, but if you are coming from a background where you are at the top ladder of your family, and every other person in your family is in one way or the other not that stable, or even your parents are not yet that strongly stable, you still want to improve the situation back home. At this point, the first year, you will try to use your first year to settle a lot of things, make your family feel better, make your siblings feel better, send them to school, buy a lot of things for them, improve the situation at home a little bit. So by the second year, you will do that a little, but because of the resentment you already started feeling, because of the worries of what the future holds, at this time you start thinking more of, I need to save, I need to get more money, I need to make sure by the end of this year I am done with Saudi, I've left, I will move, I will do all these ones. By the end of second year, you might not be able to still achieve some of these things. And this is where the resentment, the sadness, the depression will start increasing. The level of these things will start increasing gradually. Now, you will enter the third year. At this third year, you will be at the edge of, am I still going to stay here? Or should I just go to any other country, just move to any place at all, anywhere at all, let me just go. So you start thinking about a lot of things. Should I just go anywhere at all? Okay, because at this point, you've seen maybe some of your colleagues that you met on ground. Some of them, they've left to Canada, they've left to the US, they've left to UK, they've left to other countries, and the pressure will increase. You start thinking more and more and more. You now start feeling as if you are even failing. Okay, you start thinking as if you are failing, because your aim is to move from here to move to other places, but that is not actually what it is. So let's keep going. By the fourth year, you've actually started giving up. It's either you are struggling so hard that no, I can't stay here, or you've given up that anything Anything that comes, I will take it. I have to relax my mind. What is all there? What's come to us? I'll go back to my country and establish a business, and you start thinking a lot of other ways to solve your problem. And now the depression is still there. It will even increase. The pressure will also increase, because at this point you felt that I am failing. I don't have to still be in this country by now. Okay, so that is it. So, but okay, maybe in another life, I've stayed for an hour plus. So another life, I will actually talk about how you can manage all this type of resentment. It do happen. If you come here, you will feel this. You will feel the pressure of moving to another country. You will feel the pressure of I have not saved enough. You will feel the pressure of I need to progress professionally. I need to maybe go for further studies, go for further training. You feel the pressure. I need to establish another source of income, not just this thing I'm earning here. There is a lot of pressure, a lot of things that will come in. However, if those things cannot come to you the way you want it, you will not kill yourself. There are things you have to do. There are ways to keep your mind at a peaceful state while you keep making gradual process. So on my next life, I think that will be the discussion of my next life: how to manage this pressure, how to take your time, how to understand that life is actually different from from the experience of another person to your own experience. Life is not the way you just plan it to be. So there's a lot of things that will happen to you that those people that came in after 1 year or 1.5 years or 2 years, they are already at the other side that we felt those side is better. So there are a lot of other things that will be happening to you that might not be the case of that your colleague, that's your friend, that person you met here that just stayed 2 years and moved. Your own situation might be different, and you don't have to actually put that pressure so much on you that at the point it will start affecting your mental state and even the way you reason, the way you think, and at a point it will even make it very difficult for you to make progress, a progress that can lead to you actually moving out and succeeding. So I think on my next live, I will discuss how to work towards these stages, and how to keep yourself stable, keep yourself and your mind at peace, while you also fighting deeply and seriously to make proper progress without so much pressure on your own life and the way you think. So that is what it is. Okay, Doc, can I connect with you on WhatsApp? What's your name? Want to search you in any of the groups? Okay, I am not on that group because the group was opened after, I think, after some years. Okay, what will happen? I think there is a, if you're subscribed to my channel, go to the bio of this channel. There is an Instagram handle there. So chat me on the Instagram. Then from the Instagram, I will have to hand over although I'm not so active on WhatsApp, I am even more active on that Instagram than on WhatsApp. I don't usually use that WhatsApp that much. So I think the Instagram would be very nice, so we can communicate more there. I'm not really active on Instagram. I'm not on those groups, apart from maybe our own professional groups here, but you won't be allowed in until you are inside the Saudi Arabian. So, but for the exam preparation groups, I am no more there. Okay. hmm So, but I have people that I helped to get the link and join those groups. So if anybody needs the group, usually I call one of my guys there to help the person and move into the group. So that is how I do help people. But I'm not anymore. I've not even really joined the group in any way before. So I've done my exams my own way, the way I did it before the group started emerging and all those things. Okay, so the Instagram will be very nice avenue for us to keep communicating privately. Then if there is anything that's what's us talking with WhatsApp, okay, then I will see how we do it. All right, Dr. Smart, you're welcome. Okay, so my next live, I think that should be before Friday or next Friday. I will talk about how to manage these stages of reality, and how you can keep progressing, keep your joy, keep your happiness, keep fighting, and keep making proper progress, and also prepare yourself ahead of time. Okay, that you find yourself here 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, it doesn't really mean that the person is a failure. It might be you experiencing different reality from another person. Some people have a strong support system back home. Why some people are actually the support system for their family. So when you are the support system of your family, you won't actually be able to do something that another person that have a support system will do. So when you are the support, life will be somehow different for you than when you have a support system. So that is the reality sometimes. So you is a lot of things that we have to take into consideration. But well, is another video. I have to take it seriously and explain some of those things. All right, let's move down to. I think I've stayed a long way here. I think I've stayed a long. It's a prayer time, so let me go back home and prepare for the next. Some bushes everywhere. So as I'm walking down, if you still have questions, you can drop your questions. I still have up to 20 minutes to stay here. All right. I think I had to cross. I need to cross to the other side. Oh, I think I got to cross over. I think I got to cross over. Oh, I did not do the video again. Right. Okay. So this is 1 hour 15 minutes. I have to end the live here. See you all next time. Maybe in the next 48 hours or in the next by next Friday. But I think I'll still come live in between Friday, between today to Friday. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I think I'll be able to come by tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is good. All right.